today's session of Srimad Bhagwatam. So we'll be continuing the story of Ajamila and Prabhupada's lecture on that particular topic. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Yananjanashalaka Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Nashtaprayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So Shloka number 16 from the second chapter of the 6th canto. Gurunam cha laghunam cha guruni cha laghuni cha prayas chittani papanam dnatva uktani maharshibhi. Synonyms: Gurunam heavy, cha and laghunam light, cha also. Guruni heavy, cha and laghuni light, cha also. Prashchityani, the process of atonement. Papanam, of sinful activities. Dnatva, knowing perfectly well. Uktani, have been prescribed. Maharishibhihi, by great sages. Translation: authorities who are learned scholars and sages have carefully ascertained that one should atone for the heaviest sins by undergoing a heavy process of atonement, and one should atone for lighter sins by undergoing lighter atonement. Chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, however, vanquishes all the effects of sinful activities, regardless of whether heavy or light. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes an incident that took place when Samba was rescued from the punishment of the Kauravas. Samba fell in love with the daughter of Duryodhana, and since, according to Kshatriya custom, one is not offered a Kshatriya's daughter unless he displays his chivalrous valor, Samba abducted her. Consequently, Samba was arrested by the Kauravas. Later, when Lord Balrama came to rescue him, there was an argument about Samba's release. Since the argument was not settled, Balrama showed his power in such a way that all of Hastinapur trembled and would have been vanquished as if by a great earthquake. Then the matter was settled, and Samba married Duryodhana's daughter. The purport is that one should take shelter of Krishna and Balram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose protective power is so great that it cannot be equaled in the material world. However powerful the reactions of one's sins, they will immediately be vanquished if one chants the name of Hari, Krishna, Balram, or Narayan. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Agyanti Mirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsham Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamcha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Now we'll listen to Prabhupada's lecture on this particular verse.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagwatam, 6th canto, 2nd chapter, text number 16, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on September 19th, 1975, in Vrindavan, India.
Gurunancha laghunancha, gurunicha laghunicha, prayaschittani papanam, Gyata Uttani Maharshi. So, sinful activities, it is punishable. You cannot violate the laws of nature. Prakriti is very strong. Daivijjesa gunamai mama maya durattaya. Just like the government has police department, military department, law courts. Why? Because not all the citizens, they are good citizens. There are many outlaws. So more or less, whoever is in this material world, they are outlaws. Outlaws means they do not abide by the laws of nature, and therefore they are punishable. The first punishment is that we have got this material body. This is the first punishment. Krishna bhuliya jeev bhog mancha kare, pasate maya tare japotiya dhare. The first conviction is that when we forget Krishna and our relationship with him, our relationship with Krishna is that Krishna is the enjoyer, we are eternal servants. This is our religion. Just like a big man, rich man, he is the enjoyer and he has got many servants that we practically see. The capitalist, he starts some business, big factory, 10,000 men are working, but the capitalist is not working. It is our practical experience. He is aloof from the factory, in a nice place, in a nice bungalow, garden house, he is enjoying. Similarly, God, Krishna, is the enjoyer. You'll find therefore Krishna here in this temple, he is enjoying. He is standing with his elder brother, enjoying in the forest, sporting with his cowherd boy's friend, his cows, calves, enjoying in the forest. The description is there in the Srimad Bhagwatam. And those who are playing with him, those who are associates of Krishna in Vrindavan, they are also not ordinary persons. Itham brahma sukhana bhutya dasangatanam paradaivatena maya sitanam narudarakena sadham vijarhu kitapunna punya. Sukadeva Goswami said that these boys who are playing with Krishna, they are not ordinary boys. Krita punna punya. After many births, accumulation of pious activities, they have now got this position, the chance of playing with Krishna. Simply everyone in Vrindavan, when Krishna was present, all the gopis, all the cowherd boys. So Krishna comes, Jada jadahi dharma saglani bhavati bharati tadatmanam sijamaham. This is the process. Every living entity He is part and parcel of Krishna. He belongs to the Krishna's family. Krishna's family. This is our original position. Vrindavan means whole Krishna's family. Even the birds, beasts, trees, plants, water, all belong to the Krishna's family. Advaita. Therefore, anything in Vrindavan is as good as Krishna. Even the dust of Vrindavan is as good as Krishna. This is the philosophy, absolute truth. So Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, he comes at a certain interval during one day of Brahma. He comes, he exhibits his lila, that anyone who desires to go back to home, back to Godhead, they can enjoy with me like this. This is Krishna's mission. Come on, why you are playing here and suffering this Maya's play? Come to the real play. This is Krishna's mission. Tatta deham punarjanmaneti mameti kauntiya. Krishna comes, just try to understand me. Why I come? There's certain section, they say that why God will come. God has no business to come here. So these rascals, they do not know why God will not come. Is your father's servant that you think God cannot come, therefore God cannot come? You can think in your way, but God is fully independent. Whenever He likes, He can come. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. Just to show the example. Why God should be restrained not to come. He is not God. God is restrained by us, by our speculation, by our imagination. That is not God. That is dog. A dog can be restrained. Don't come here. Why God can be restrained? So there is no reason. He says freely that jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati. He wants, we are part and parcel of God. Just like sons are part and parcel of father. If the father is rich man, all powerful, he does not like to see that his sons are loitering in the street without any food, without any shelter. He doesn't like. Father entreats, my dear son, why you are rotting in this way? Come home. You'll be comfortable. You'll be happy. But these rascal sons will not go. They are thinking, we shall make plan here and live peacefully. That is going. And God is coming, Krishna is coming, canvassing, to come back to home, back to Godhead, and we are not interested. We are making plan here. This is our misfortune. But this plan will be frustrated. That is the nature's law. Whatever plan you make, it will be frustrated. It will never be successful. Therefore Shastra said, Bahirarthamanina nati vidu sartha gatim hi Vishnu. Where is the destination of life? They do not know it. Nati vidu. These rascals, those who have come to this material world, they do not know where is the goal of life. Because they are rascals, mudha, naradhava. Krishna is canvassing that give up all this nonsense business. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam bhaja. Nobody will hear. He will manufacture his own way. This is the disease. Why? Because under the spell of Maya. So, to forget Krishna and to become subjected to the condition of material nature, that is called material life. Material life means to give up the idea of going back to home, back to Godhead, but making plan here to be happy. This is called Maya or material life. So, here it is said that Gurunancha lagunancha gurunicha lagunicha prayaschityani papanam gyata uttani maharsivi. Maharsivi, great learned scholar, realized soul, liberated soul, they have given us Vedic literature. There are different types of explanation, just like main is the Manu Samhita. In the Manu Samhita, it is said that if a man kills, then he should be also killed. No excuse. From Manu Samhita, the hanging or killing of a murderer, that is enjoyed. That is there. Maharsavi, a killer of other animals or other living entities, he must be killed. This is Manusam. This is showing the mercy. When a king's order a murderer to be hanged, that is king's mercy. It is said in the Manusam. It is not to be excused. Life for life. Now imagine how many lives we are killing every day. We have now become very civilized. We are maintaining slaughterhouses, thousands and thousands, up-to-date machine, how to kill the animals. This is our advancement of civilization. And they are all sinful activities, papan. And not only killing, there are so many institutions, how to cheat, how to take your money by tricks, how to kidnap others' wife, so many things. Simply sinful activities. Simply. Of course, there are different grades of sinful activities. Therefore it is said, Guru Rancha, Lagu Rancha. It's like disease. You are suffering from some headache. That is also disease. And you are suffering from cancer. That is also disease. But when you are suffering from headache, the doctors may give you a tablet, anesthetic, and the headache is cured. And this is loghu, very insignificant disease. But if you are suffering from cancer, that tablet will not help you. Therefore, Gurunancha, Lagunancha. As there are different types of diseases, some of them are very, very acute and severe, and some of them are very insignificant. Similarly, the grades of sinful activities are there. Some of them are not very serious, and some of them are very, very serious. So, as the physician prescribes costly medicine for serious disease, similarly, Maharsivi, big saintly person, liberated person, they have prescribed prayaschitta, atonement for severe types of sinful activities and insignificant types of sinful activities. But sinful activities must be there. You are put into certain condition, therefore it is called conditional life. Suppose you are very pious man, you are not killing any man or any cow, you are very careful, but still you have to kill. What is that? Because you are walking on the street, you have seen, you are killing so many ants. The position is like that. Even if you do not wish to kill, even if you are a very pious man, still you have to kill, unconsciously or consciously. The world situation is like that. Anyone who has come here, he must commit sinful activities. As soon as you get this material body, then you must have to commit sinful activities, even if you are very careful. It is not possible. Therefore Shastra says, padam padam jaga vipadam. Every step there is vipad. You cannot be excused because you are killing one ant unconsciously while walking. Your name is noted, your ticket is immediately there. Yeah, you have killed so many ants. The law is so nice. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani. Automatically it is recorded. And you have to suffer. So, then what to do? The situation is like that. Have to save. Therefore Krishna said, Jagyarthe karma annatra karma bandhana. If you dedicate your life for Jagga, Jagga means for Vishnu. Jagyarthe karma means Jagga Purush is Vishnu. If you work for Vishnu, then you are saved. Otherwise, you are becoming complicated. Jagyarthe, Krishna says, Jagyarthe karma, annatra karma bandhana. If you are going to office to earn your bread very hurriedly to attend the office and you are killing so many ants, you are becoming entire. You think I am going office to do my duty very hurriedly, but you are becoming implicated. But if you go out for receiving some help for worshipping Vishnu, then you are free. Then you are free. Exactly like that, a soldier who is fighting in the battlefield and killing so many men, and he is giving gold medal. Oh, you have killed so many. So many lives you have killed of the opposite party, enemies, you take this Victoria Cross. He becomes recognized by the God. The same man, when he comes home, if he kills somebody for his sense gratification, he will be hanged. The same man. The same soldier, when he is fighting for king's service, government is supplying him food, everything, to fight very chivalrously and offering him gold medal. And the same man, when he comes home for his sense gratification, is a Christian man, he will be hanged. He will say in the court, Sir, I have killed so many men in the battlefield and I was never hanged, I was given gold medal, and now I have killed only one man and I am going to be killed. Why? What is this? Yes. For your sense gratification, as soon as you do anything, that is sinful. Whatever you do, it may be so-called pious activities in your calculation, but in this material world, there is no such thing as pious activities or impious. Everything impious. The Chaitanya Charitamrita has said, Daite bhadra bhadra sapoli suma. In this material world means the world of duality. And the absolute world means the world of one. Ekam Brahma Ditya Nasta. That is absolute spiritual world.
Hare Krishna. Would someone like to summarize what we have heard till now? Anyone would like to volunteer, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, Dhanavad Pranam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada started the verse by mentioning that whatever the sinful activities one does, so he would be punishable. So if one is violating the laws of nature or going against the nature, then definitely he is subjected to punish. So according to laws of
manifestation. So long you are in this material world of duality, then you have to commit sinful activities. Therefore, the whole Vedic literature is meant for taking you to the spiritual world. Tapasima jyotirgama. Don't remain in this material world of darkness. Come to the spiritual world. Tamasima jyotirgama. This is the instruction. And jyoti means that spiritual world. First appreciation of the jyotirma, Brahma-lok, Brahma effulgence. That is the first entrance. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti. Just like you see the sunshine, it is impersonal, only light. But if you have got power, strength, if you can go to the sun planet, that is another. This is also, sun planet is also shining. The heat and light is there. And in the sunshine, there is heat and light and shining. But the temperature in the sun globe is different from this temperature. And if you have got strength, then you can see who is reigning over the sun planet. In the Vedic literature you will find his name. Imam vivasati yugam prattavanahamammayam. The name of the predominating deity or the president of the sun globe is Vivasam. His name is also. His address is also. The God is there, God's name is there, God's address is there. Now if you have got power to go there, you can go. Just like Indira Gandhi or the president, name is there, address is there. But if you are fit to see him or her, that depends on you. Not that because you cannot see the president and Indira Gandhi, see him in Nirakara. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. Why God should be Nirakara? Shastra says that Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti Sabdati, Vadanti tattatta vidastatyam, jadganamadhyam, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti Sabdati. The absolute truth of Dvayagan, there is no duality. He is absolute in three features: Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So Brahma realization means Satchidananda, simply realization of the soft proportion, eternity. That is Brahma realization. And Paramatma realization means eternity and knowledge. And Bhagavan realization means eternity, knowledge and Ananda. Anandamaya Bhyasa. There are three things. If you can reach. But foolish person, although they are advanced in spiritual knowledge, they do not get the information that behind this Brahma effulgence, behind this Paramatma realization, there is the personality of Godhead, Krishna. They cannot understand on account of poor kind of knowledge. Therefore Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Namame duskitunam mudha prapaddante naradhama maya apuritavyana asuri bhavamasrita. Why an impersonalist, although very advanced in knowledge, in Vedic knowledge, still he does not know what is Krishna. He inquires, what is God? You see? God is canvassing, here I am, and he is inquiring, what is God? So this is our misfortune. Why they cannot realize? Duskritina. Duskritina means acting sinfully. Specifically denying the existence of God. That is the greatest offense. Suppose you are a gentleman, and if I say you are blind, you are lame, you are handless, you are armless, you have no head, will you be happy? Will anybody be happy? Similarly, those persons who are describing the absolute personality of Godhead, he has no eyes. In other words, he is blind. He has no hand, armless. He has no leg, then he is lame man. He has no tongue. In this way, it is the definition by negation, and after all make it zero. If you cut my hand, leg, my head, my eyes, ears, then what I remain? So the atheist class man, they say openly, those who don't believe in God, that is honest. And those who have taken the shelter of Vedas and talking of God as armless, legless and headless and earless, they are saying the same thing. Vedasaya nastikkavad bauddha ke odhik. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that Vednamanya Buddha Hoila Nasti. Persons who do not agree with the Vedic authority, we call them Nastik. As the Musalman, they say, one who does not believe in the Quran, he is kafir. And Christian, one who do not believe in the Bible, they are called heathens. Similarly, according to our Vedic civilization, anyone who does not accept the authority of Vedas, he is called atheist. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the Vednamanya Buddha Hoilo Nasti. Buddha philosophy, they do not accept the authority of Vedas. Although Lord Buddha is accepted as incarnation of Krishna, Kesavadhita Buddha Sarira, Jaya Jagadisha Hari. But for the time being, he did not accept the authority of Veda. Nindasi jagga vidheraha suti jatam. Lord Buddha was preaching ahimsa. So, according to Vedic rituals, there is prescription, sometimes, not always, killing of animals. So when Lord Buddha was preaching ahimsa, no more animal killing, the so-called Vedantis and Vedic followers, they said, why you are preaching in that way? We have got in the Vedas many animal sacrifices prescribed there, possibly. So Lord Buddha, what he will reply to this foolish person? What was his mission? He said, I don't care for your Vedas. Therefore, Nindasi jagga vidhe aha suti jatam. Although it is Vedic injunction, my Lord, you have decried. But there is no way. Why? Sadaya hridaya darshita vasubhatam. You are so kind. He wanted to stop this poor animal killing. Never mind for the time being. Stop Vedic. So these things can be understood by the devotee. Although he decried Vedic authority, still he is what said, Kesavadita Buddha Sarira Jaya. This is the understanding of the devotee. They know everything perfectly well. What is what? They know Shankaracharya, what he is. Shankaracharya is the incarnation of Lord Shankara, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu. He is the topmost Vaishnava. So the devotees know that Shankaracharya was at heart a Vaishnava, but he had to preach like a Vaishnava, because he had to drive away Buddhism from India. That was his mission. So therefore he made something, compromise with the Buddhist philosophy. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he wanted to accept Vedas against Buddhism, who did not accept the Vedas. But he preached this atheism under the shadow of Vedas. He said therefore that Vedanamaniya Buddha hoila nasti Vedasraya Buddhava nastika odhi. These are the discussion one has to learn very cautiously. What is the purpose of why Lord Buddha came here, why Lord Shiva and Shankaracharya came, why other acharyas came, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. It requires thorough study and able guidance. Then one can understand. On the whole, the conclusion is that anyone who is in this material world, he is a sinful man. Anyone. Otherwise, he would not have gotten this material body. Just like anyone is in the prison house, you can conclude that he is a sinful criminal man. You do not record to study one after another. Because he is in the prison house, you can conclude that here is a criminal. Similarly, anyone who is in the material world, he is a criminal, but not the superintendent of jail. You cannot conclude, because everyone is in the jail, criminal, therefore the superintendent of jail, he is also criminal. Then you are mistaken. Those who are conducting these sinful men to take them back to home, back to God, he is not criminal. His business is how to release this rascal from this prison house and take him back to home, back to God. So, Mahata Vichalanamani Grihina Madina Chetasam. Gihinam. Grihi means anyone who is living within this body or anyone who is living within this material world. It is a compact thing. So they are very poor-hearted. They do not know what is the value of life. Nati vidu sarthagatim vishnu. So instead of enlightening them, the Mahat or Mahatma, they keep them in the darkness. That is a great disservice. They must be enlightened. Their business is to preach that don't keep yourself within this material world. Come to the spiritual world. This is the business of Mahat. Mahat vichalanam ninam gihinam dina chetusa. They are very poor knowledge. Mudha. They have been described as mudha, duskitina. All these men are engaged in sinful activities on account of their ignorance. If you say, how you can say they are in ignorance? There are so many universities, they are passing MSc, DSc, doctorate, PhD, and still they are ignorant. Yes. How? Maya purita jnana. The so-called knowledge is taken away by Maya. Otherwise, why they are sticking to this material world? If you become enlightened, then you must know that this material world is not for our habitation. We must go back to home, back to Godhead. Therefore, this Krishna consciousness movement is preaching that this is not your home. Don't try to be happy here. Durasayadi bohirathamani. Bohirathamani, bohi, the external energy. They are thinking that materially, if we make some arrangement, some of them are trying to be happy by scientific improvement, or some of them are trying to go to the heavenly planet, and some of them are trying to become this, that, but they do not know the real happiness is to go back to home, back to Godhead. Nati vidu sarthagatim vishnu. They do not know that. So this is very important movement that we are giving them hint and education how to go back to home, back to God. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Would someone like to start summarizations, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So here in the material world, who came become happy, but who came to here material world, they are very much sinful. So that's why they came here. So Prabhupada quoted one verse, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. So don't be in the darkness. Come to the light, that is spiritual. So that's what Prabhupada said. So they want to be, people are want to be, become happy in this material world. So by doing so many simple activities, only they have come here. That's what Prabhupada said.
Yes, Prabhuji. Any other points? So basically, we see that this is a continuation of the discussion. So Vishnu Dutas are now responding to Yamadutas. Why Ajamila is not suitable enough to be punished. So they have been giving all the details of the various scriptural injunctions. And now they are talking about the crux, why he is not to be punished. So they say that the Maharishis, they have told, if you have made a bigger sin, you should be doing bigger atonement. If you have done lighter sin, you should be doing lighter atonement. So that is what has been mentioned in the scriptures. But then one thing which overrides all these things, that is Krishna Nam, Hari Nam. And that is where Ajamila outscores everything. He has taken the name of Narayan, whether purposefully, with sincerity, or unconsciously. because he was actually calling his son. But he has uttered the name, the 4-syllable word, Narayan. And that has cleansed him of all sinful activities. That is importance of the name. Hari name, Hari Naam. And that is what this whole movement is. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us. He has given us this opportunity to go back to our original world, go back to Godhead. And he has shown us the way to do it. And that way is by Sankirtana, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is what the major crux of the whole discussion today has been. The chanting is going to purify us. Chetodarpan Marjanam is going to happen. And we have to follow the instructions of our Guru, Acharyas, and follow the footsteps of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Rupanugas. And then we'll surely be successful in going back to Godhead. So that is something which we have to consider and successfully do. Hare Krishna. I thank you everyone for coming and joining the session today. So request you to kindly continue. We have started Ram Katha since yesterday in the evening at 7:30 p.m. So please do join for the Ram Katha sessions as well. And if possible, do come to the center. We have Prasadam evening also, and we'll be having a grand program on Saturday, Sunday as well. So see you all there in the center also. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Granthra Srimad Bhagwatam ki jai. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.